Yeah, with it. Ceaze Today podcast. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. We bringing this on like right now. We're live on Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, as well as Facebook. So during this time, if anybody chooses to tune in, we appreciate it. If not, we ain't really tripping off of it. But again, Ceaze Today podcast. This is season 4 of the podcast, and we getting better as we grow. And I mean, it's definitely just a situation where we want to continue to push out good information. But we're gonna dive back into it today. Today we're gonna be talking about the village mindset. Like, I got three major points that I want to talk about on that. And those 3 major points, number 1 is what it means to value skills and contributions over actual titles. Like, that's part of being in a village. Like, you gotta actually contribute. Like, what do you do in the village that helps the village keep going? You know what I'm saying? Number 2 is examples of how communities thrive when everyone plays their role. Like, a lot of the time we spend so much time worried about what other motherfuckers be doing. That might sound like it's too loud. But we spend so much time worried about what other people are doing to the point where we can't even really focus on building ourselves up because we be so worried about what other people doing. If we just played our role, like whatever you wake up and do, just focus on doing that. And number 3, and how it contrasts with a hierarchical system. I hope I said that word. I ain't the smartest nigga in the world. Okay. But again, like I said, we talking about the village mindset. 3 major points that I want to discuss today. So, number 1, what it means to value skills and contributions over titles. I feel like we got lost in a world where titles were predominantly the most important thing. Like, we didn't really strive for character. We strive for a title. You wanted to be a manager. You wanted to be a doctor. You want to be a pilot. These things became like things that you molded yourself to become rather than honing in on the skills you were born with. I tell everybody I'm spiritual. I'm not religious, but I do read my Bible. And the thing that the Bible tells us is that we're all born with skills and gifts. But the world has distracted us from focusing in on those gifts that we're naturally born with, like the things we're naturally good at. So I kind of just feel like we gotta actually we gotta push our people to focus on their skills, what they're good at. Some people are good at conversation. Some people are good at manual labor. Some people are good at designing things. Some people are good at ideas. We have to come together and build a community where we are highlighting these skills. You got a lot of people that's sitting in a job unhappy because the thing that really makes their heart pump, they can't do. And it's because they don't have people around them to help them do that. But again, you can't communicate that if you're not willing to sit down and really study yourself. I don't feel like we as a people take enough time to spend by ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, we really don't. We always on the go. Everybody in this world right now is always on the go. There's never really a time where we really sit back and think like, okay, how do I feel about the situations in my life? What do I want? What do I not want? What's that thing I wanted to do as a kid that I no longer think about? What's that place as a kid I used to like to go? Like, the Bible tells you to be childlike. And we want to grow up so fast just to prove what? That we still don't know shit? Like, let's be honest, like, we really don't, we never stop learning. So how can you grow up and be in this rush to develop into some shit that we see? Like, I feel like as an adult, like, I'm 34. I feel like as an adult, I've had conversations with my parents, and now I realize like they were just people trying to figure this shit out too. This shit don't come with no handbook. This shit don't come with no type of guidelines. Like, this shit is just, hey, this is the decision you made, the choice you made. This is the cause and the effect of that. Like, I don't feel like we really sit back and give grace where it's needed. We blame everybody around us, but it starts with you knowing who you are. Everybody wants to fit into these systems. But what are you good at? Most people can't tell you that. Most people cannot tell you what they're good at. They can tell you what they do, but they can't tell you what they're naturally good at. And I feel like that's what we got to get back to. Like, we got to encourage people to like sit still and be like, hey, what's that thing you like to do as a kid? And I guarantee you, when you start getting back into that, like, I tell my story all the time. Like, when I went to prison, the first thing I did was start doing the shit that I like to do as a kid, reading books, going to play basketball, watching TV. Like, I really got back into that, like, that inner child. And that's when I became more aware of, it's like I reminded myself, like, hey, that little boy is still living in you. Like, you've been neglecting this nigga for so long, to the point where, like, now you forced to look at nothing but that. Like, ain't no money back there, ain't no designer clothes back there, ain't no guns, ain't none of that, bro. So it's literally like you are just stuck with you and whoever you looking at in the mirror and a bunch of other motherfuckers around you. And the only way you gonna survive is if you really know who the fuck you are. Don't be trying shit. We come, like, a lot of niggas don't realize, like, everyday life is just like, for me, I'm gonna say for me, not for, because a lot of people have never experienced that. But going through incarceration, like, I learned how to play my role. You get involved with shit that you choose to get involved with, understanding what come with that. You don't just walk around life just trying shit. You go wherever you're, like, where you comfortable at. You go wherever you see, you know what I'm saying, like-minded people. Like, I ain't gonna say who I was learning, but you know what I'm saying, we was playing Monopoly every day. You know what I'm saying? Me and the guys played Monopoly every day. It was some money involved in that. That's what we want to talk about. We want to sit down and talk about some money. It ain't no real money, but guess what? It's keeping your brain going. I don't want to sit around the niggas that watch Empire and like, I'm still like that. Like, I'd rather be productive. Like, but back to the initial point, like, you have to, like, I feel like me going to prison forced me to really get back in tune with myself. So, word of advice, like, if you got some time during your day, like, bro, just take some time to just, like, enjoy life as you. Not showing up to your job and being what they need you to be, not showing up. Like, we take on these titles of employee, brother, sister, mom, dad, friend. All of these words come with expectations. Like, at what point do you give yourself the grace to live life without those expectations? If nobody else is going to give you the limit to live with no expectations, you got to at least give it to yourself. Like, what's the word, man? It's you got to give yourself that grace. That's the least amount of grace that you can give yourself. Like, if you really are sitting still and getting to know yourself, you know exactly what you want in life. You know exactly what you don't want in life, which eliminate. And if you're being honest with yourself and you learn how to pursue these things, a village will find you, because people are always looking for other people to build with. People are always looking for other people to build with. They just waiting to see who's actually going to stick with it. We can't be picking up hobbies and then applying for it just because it's a better paying position. We do that a lot, but we don't listen to that inner compass that literally tells us, like, no, this is what we want to do. This is what we striving to do. So, like, you got to recognize what you can do, because that's the only way you can fit in the system. Because when if we had to build our own, I look at it like this: we had to really build our own villages and communities. Of course, it's gonna be a screening process, bro. Like, what can you do for the village that we need? We don't need too many niggas that do the same thing, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck. We don't need too many niggas that do the same shit. We don't want a bunch of people that do the same shit. Like, we want people that are, there's more value when there's versatility and skills. If we got 25 people that know how to chop and build houses, like, we gonna have some great houses, but what about the plumbing? What about the electricity? Like, I always use the analogy, like, life is like one big puzzle, and every day is just another small piece to that puzzle. But overall, you build the big picture. Like, it's and going into the second point, I'm looking at my notes, like, the word collaboration right now. I look at social media, bro. Everything on social media is about collaborations. Everything on social media is about collaborations right now. Collab with this brand, collab with that brand. Like, everything is about collaborations. It's about even, give, and take, reciprocity. And you got to actually be good at what the fuck you do for these people to want to collaborate with you. But if you do the same shit they do, you don't see Raw Paper and Backwoods doing too many collaborations on a daily. Like, they might do something big because they can do that. They got the consumer base where it's like, hey, bro, you gotta follow and I gotta follow, and let's put this together. But for the average everyday Joe, like, social media, like, you really gotta show them, like, what are you good at, bro? They not just looking for people to take pictures with their products no more. Back in the day, that worked. Propaganda back in the day worked. We had Jet magazine, we had XXL magazines. Niggas could take a picture with a product, and that'd be that. You got to check for that. Cool. You probably never use it again, but now they want to see people actually using these things. What do you do if you play basketball, bro? Why are you not shopping basketball products? I don't care if it's like right now, they got the basketballs that, like, the miniature basketballs that go in the house. Like, I seen them the other day, but they got the little TV screens on them. Like, if you're a basketball player, why are you not? Let me see. Wow. Hey, Jude, what's the word, gang? Turk on Instagram. He said, I compare everything to basketball, even on a team. You got to highlight your teammates' strengths and hide the weaknesses until their weaknesses. Absolutely. We grew up playing basketball, and I love to use basketball as an analogy, bro. We don't need 5 point guards. We don't need 5 niggas that can dribble the ball and pass. Like, end of the day, who's gonna score? Who's gonna rebound? Who's gonna have these screens? And like the team basis, like, to cover point one, under what it means to value skills and contributions over titles. It's about recognizing what people can do and not just what their position or status says they are. Just because you say you're a supervisor doesn't mean you're a good supervisor, bro. Just because you earned a title doesn't mean you're actually good at what you do. And for so many people, like, they literally think, oh, I'm a manager, I'm a supervisor, oh, I'm good at that. Don't mean you're good at it. It just means you earned that title. The second point is it encourages collaboration based on ability and purpose rather than rank or ego. It's no longer about a name, bro. Like, we used to legit pay niggas for the name. Like, with the music game, if we buy a feature, why was we buying a feature back in the day? Because that person had a platform. We was paying for the name. Drew, we streaming on Facebook, Twitch, TikTok, and Instagram right now. We going all the way in. Know your personnel. Exactly. You got to know what can everybody do. The village mindset, when you value skills and contributions over titles, also creates an environment where everyone feels seen and useful. It leads to higher motivation. Like, bro, if I'm the only nigga on this team, if I'm the only nigga on the team that can pass good, bro, I'm gonna take pride in passing the ball, bro. If I'm the best 3-point shooter on the squad, I'm gonna take pride in shooting this 3, knowing damn well, like, nigga, I'm the nigga y'all looking for to shoot this 3. I'm the nigga y'all want to make this shot. It also promotes innovation. Like, ideas come from everywhere. It's not just coming from one source, bro. We didn't got so boxed in with trusting whoever the big guy is. Yeah, we on Twitch too, Drew. We should be on Twitch. If we not, I'm definitely gonna no, I think we might not be on Twitch. That's crazy. We look into that once I get done. We're gonna get back to that. But we on Riverside, so we can easily upload that later too. But where was I? Oh yeah, it promotes innovation. Like, if I got 5 people that are looking at 5 different angles of the sun, I tell everybody it's like a hand, bro. And I ain't gonna even use a hand, a lighter. Like, bro, if we all look at this same lighter from 5 different angles, we can all see something different that can make it better. It's just that simple. Like, you literally can make something that much better when you literally sit still and be like, you know what? I see I see from your angle, your angle, your angle, your angle, and mine. So why are we not everybody? Hey, if we do it from my angle, I think we need to do this. Okay, cool. What makes you feel like we need to do that? Well, based off of what I do, I feel like it could be easier if we did it this way. And that makes the whole thing better. It makes the machine run better, bro. But when you value skills and contribution, this is the last point for that topic. It builds trust and respect because value is earned through real impact and not the title. Most people that earn their titles, they live for that title. Like, they don't really live for the change. I'm gonna tell you the facts. Look at Trump right now, bro. He's living for the title. He's using everything in his power to be like who he wants to be because of the title he holds. And so many people are mad because like he got to that title. But it's like, bro, y'all voted for this man. Y'all gotta deal with it. Like, you don't get like, and the few things that we do have choices on in America, bro, y'all complain about the one thing that everybody takes part in. Y'all take part in this shit every fucking 4 years, and then it'd be like, oh, I'm mad because it's going this way. Like, stop participating. I promise you, just stop participating and watch what happens. Once we stop participating in the shenanigans, first off, like, my favorite question to ask: when did they change the law? And if anybody has this information, let me know. When did they change the law that says that black people were 1/3 of a citizen? If they ever change that law, it still means that it takes 3 of us to make one of them. Correct me if I'm wrong. I've never been told like, oh, they changed that law. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, black people are full citizens now. Like, we've been participating in a system that was never for us. We've never been included in this system, but we sit here and cry about it all day. It's like being kicked out the club and then you sit out. So rather than either going to like learn how to do your own shit or finding somewhere else to go, we will literally sit and kick at that door and they just look at us and be like, bro, we're not letting you in. You're not included. Like, and we will sit there and have a whole fit. Like, no, you have to include us because we're here. Like, nah, you here, but you're not here, bro. Like, truthfully, and a lot of people ain't gonna like how I say this, bro. They basically looking at it like, bro, you should be glad we allow you to be here without smacking you. And when I say smacking, I mean completely killing you. Like, y'all, like, that's really how they look at it. It's like, why do we even bother with them? Just let them be. They think they're part of it. It's like, I feel like in America, bro, we're the little brother that literally thinks he's playing the game, but the controller's never been plugged in. I got to share that on TikTok as a separate video because I want to see what everybody's going to say about that. Like, I really feel like we the little brother, like the minority, especially black people. We the little brother that really think, that's a conversation. That's a conversation. That's definitely a conversation. But we still like we still asking for the controller to be plugged in, and they just like, nah, bro, you too late. The game is already going. Catch up. But it's impossible to catch up because the only way to catch up is if you create your own and you build that over time. Or you gotta partner with them. Like, you gotta do it their way. Like, they gon' it's weird, bro. But on the point too, examples of how communities thrive when everyone plays their role. In a creative collective, producers, designers, and artists each contribute their expertise to create something greater than one person could. Like, it's not one person like, oh, I want to. Imagine if one person made a movie. Like, not even like, oh, they write it. Y'all know me. I'm a snack while I'm recording. Today is Welch's fruit snacks. Stay healthy. This ain't the healthiest, but it's better than candy. But when you come, like I said earlier, if you put a lighter in front of 5 people, it's 5 different perspectives. Everybody focuses on a certain job. It's a lot easier to maneuver than trying to get everybody to be on the same page. Like, nah, let everybody do something that they can handle so that way it lightens the load for everybody else. And like they said, in a creative collective, producers, designers, and artists each contribute their expertise to create something greater than one person could. That's how we gotta operate. We gotta operate like that. Like I like this next point too, cause it speaks on the elders, and it's local communities thrive when elders share wisdom. The youth bring energy, and organizers manage logistics. Each role sustains the other. Like elderly people are supposed to provide information on how their life went. But for so many of us, and like again, I'm probably gonna catch some flack for this, but I really don't care. Like a lot of the elders in our lifetime, let's talk about it, bro. Appreciate you tuning in, gang. But yeah, like a lot of people, a lot of our elders, like bro, they was selfish. They didn't really share knowledge with us. It was pretty much like, bro, just shut up and do what I tell you, because I know what's best for you. As we get older, I'm gonna keep it real. One thing I've noticed is you can't know what's best for me if you really don't know me. Like I realize that like so many people will try to tell you what they think you should be. Like you can't tell me what's best for me if you don't spend time getting to know me. But in the same sense, it's like if the elders were to pass on wisdom and say, hey, but at the same time, and there's a counter for that. That's true. That's true. They definitely held it. Certain ones did, bro. Certain ones did. A lot of us can experience like we didn't really learn like family history and all of that until we got older. Like it wasn't really discussed. Most of our parents, especially like if you was born in like the late 80s, early 90s, like your parents worked. They didn't have time to talk to you. Like for me, my grandparents, my grandfather on my mom's side passed before I was born. My grandmother passed away in 1995. I was born in 91. My dad's dad, I met him as I got older in life when I was like maybe 16, 17. And my dad's mom, like she lived. My dad's family lived in Savannah, Georgia, so I really didn't see them as I was in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So again, my elders that were around weren't really around, so I didn't get that information. My mom's side of the family, both of my grandparents were gone by 95. So growing up, it was me, my mom, my sister, and now that I'm older, I realized like I was her first child. She only had 2 kids. She didn't know how to be a parent. She was learning as she went, but she never gave up. And for that, I'm forever grateful. And I'm like, she never gave up. Like she did what she knew how to do, and she learned as she went. And that's the situation for a lot of us. We don't really talk about it because a lot of the shit that we do as it gets swept under the rug. Like, hey, you made it through. Like, don't even worry about it now. But again, that's why it's important to have elders around the young people. They gotta know, like, all right, cool. This is the earlier you start teaching them, the better off they'll be. Like, if you, most of us live off convenience. So a lot of our kids, I ain't gonna lie to you, most of the kids I see today are tablet babies. They learn everything from a tablet. So they know how to communicate, they know words, but they don't know how to actually like do things. You know what I'm saying? The tablets are teaching these kids these days. Like there is no elders to really see like, nah, let me sit down and tell you stories about how we used to do. Like, let me tell you stories about how it was when I was growing up. Like, we don't, nah, these kids just see tablets and whatever's on the screen. And it's like it's fucked up because like especially our generation, bro. If you haven't healed that inner child, you still going out trying to party and kicking and still looking for that excitement. Still like it's nothing out there, bro. It's gonna be there. It's gonna be there. But you gotta find like I tell everybody, like bro, ask the person what their hobbies are. A lot of people don't have hobbies no more. They hobbies include smoking, drinking, and going to party. Like they don't have constructive hobbies. Like there's nobody that's really like, what's the word, love? How you feeling? Like, think about the last time you asked somebody what their hobbies were. And a motherfucker really gave you a hobby. Like, other than smoking, drinking, or bullshitting. Like, most niggas can't give you that. Like, they literally are just like, you know what? I'll be smoking. I'll be smoking like a motherfucker. What do you do when you smoke? Like, when I smoke, I like to make music. When I smoke, I like to play video games, so I stream. Like, what are you doing? Like, if you just smoking and sitting around and going to sleep, bro, what are you doing? You still numbing your pain. You still numbing your trauma. And as a black man, I could tell you, bro, like once you heal that trauma, you don't care no more. It's like, bro, I get it now. I get it now. This shit happened, but it's up to me. These fruit snacks good as shit. But as young people, we were put into positions that our parents should have been in. So that took away from us having the energy to actually be beneficial to the village. Our energy went towards helping our parents who were depleted from working. They didn't have the energy they damn self, but they look for us like, hey, I need you to pick up where I can't. We didn't really get time to be kids our whole childhood. We're technically children until we turn 18, if you be honest. But by the time most people are 12, 13, they have some sort of responsibility now. They have some sort of duty to help alleviate the responsibilities of the parents. And that's them. It's a trickle effect, but it's one that I feel like us as millennials, we caught. Like, we caught it because of the simple fact, like, we realized, like, okay, what happened in our childhood? Most of us grew up in single parent households, which means where there should have been two parents, there was only one. So where there should be a balance of this parent handles this end, that parent handles that end. You now have one parent who is handling everything. And in that situation, it's just like that parents overwhelmed. So they need, end of the day, we all need somebody. We all need, this is again going back to the village. When you have a village, you have a team of people that you can utilize for the things that you may not have the energy or time to do. And with that village, you know it's going to get done because you know everybody has a specific job to do. A lot of people used to ask me, like, and I still get this question, like, everybody asks me, like, am I still into the whole polygamy thing? I'm into just being me. And what I mean by that is I'm still securing my life. So I really can't tell you how I want to move with somebody outside of me if I'm still getting me together. I might change tomorrow, I might change the next week. You never know. But I respect everybody that comes into my presence. Now, when it comes down to the polygamy thing, if I could do it the way that I would do it, there would be a balance. I would have my business. My business would be structured to the point where I'm making money easily. My money's there. My money's there. You would have one you would have one queen that takes care of her own. That's what her strength is. And I'm not saying like her whole responsibilities are just to cook, clean, and nah, like we all contribute to that. But at the same time, like if she's not working, she's the one that does the grocery shopping. She's the one that would be doing, you know what I'm saying, the household product buying, like whatever we need in the house. That's what the money's not coming just off of her. Like I said, my business would be structured to the point where I'm able to provide whatever we need to do whatever we have to do. So with that, it would be, okay, you have one at home who literally just makes sure that home is stocked with everything we need for when we come home from the day. My other partner, my other queen would literally be business minded like myself. Like that way you have somebody, you have an accountability partner, and at the same time you still have a comfort. And I feel like if it's done properly, and again, the thing with polygamy is, I'm gonna say this clear as day, as a man, you have to be able to provide and protect. You have to. Like that's the least you can do, man. And you gotta be able to think. You gotta be able to put shit together. You gotta be the mastermind for your village. Sports teams, going back into it, like sports teams, when like when Turk said earlier, talking about basketball, sports teams succeed when every player from the start to the bench fulfills their position effectively. So no matter if you're the number one player off the bench, if you're the star, the sixth man, or the last man on the bench, you handle your job. Everything should be done. Everything should be getting done correctly. Shouldn't be a reason why anything goes wrong. If you know you come off the bench just to shoot threes, hey, shoot threes, bro. There's no reason for you to be inside the 3-point line. Then when you look at it, even outside of the sports world, like when you look at it from a standpoint of small businesses grow in the staff, regardless of their job title, contribute ideas and effort towards a shared vision. If you find people who have a shared vision of what their life looks like, and not just the whole vision of, oh, I want to be rich, I want to be successful. Like, no, like find people like me. I want a farm when I'm rich. Find people that genuinely want to get a farm and they good at what they do. Like, oh, some of them can plant, some of them can build, some of them are good at cropping, some of them are good at landscaping and things like that. You find people based on the skills that you need in order to fulfill your vision. When you start focusing on that, then you start to find people who can relate to those things. If you want a farm, why are you dealing with somebody that wants a Fortune 500 company? They're usually not going to really want to be on a farm working. If someone's vision is to be a pilot, like, yeah, eventually you could use that because now you might have enough land to put a landing strip. Now we're going to need a pilot. But starting out, why do we need a pilot if we building a farm? If we building a village, why do we need anything outside of what that village needs? And then you got even your grassroots movements. Like your grassroots movements, they build momentum when individuals act from their strengths. Some speak, some plan, and some mobilize. Like you have to have your strengths. Some people are they just good at they good at promoting things. So you got an event. If you know me, I'm not good at promotion because I'm my temper. I don't really like talking. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can do the social media promo. I can do digital marketing. But as far as hand-to-hand being on the street, like, nah, that's not my strength. I know that. But I'm a great planner. So when it comes to, like, putting together events, I know I can do that. And you got to find people that are good at what they want to do. And make sure they want to do that. So, like, the last part of it is the contrast with the hierarchical systems. I think that's how you say it. Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody. Those systems often prioritize authority over ability, stifling creativity and authentic contribution. We've been a part of these systems for so long where it's like everybody has a boss. Nobody's bigger than the boss. Where it should just be like, hey, nobody's bigger than the program. That's the difference. Like a lot of places you go, everybody wants to be bigger than the program. The program is the ultimate goal. The system is what we building. But when you got a bunch of people that can only look at things and be like, oh, well, I want to be the boss. I want to be the one that's in charge. Be in charge of yourself. Be in charge of yourself. That's all you got to do. If you can give a pointer and it's to somebody who's going to receive that pointer and they're going to, you know what I'm saying, take it and apply it, then yeah, you can give that type of help. But for the most part, we just got to be accountable for ourselves and be responsible for ourselves. We can't be the boss of nobody if we can't even tell ourselves how to live life properly. That's straightforward. I mean, like the key into it, like that, with the systems, like the decision making becomes slow and centralized. You don't have everybody's voice being unheard. Like it's important when you're building a system to get everybody's voice. Everybody's voice. You have to sit around people and say, "Hey, I just wanted to know how did you feel about this? Like if people are going to be a part, it goes back to the community setting. We don't know our neighbors. We don't know our community. We don't know nothing. We just know that, all right, we know what our neighbors look like. We don't know what they do. When we was growing up, nigga, you knew your neighbors. We got to get back to that community. We got separated. We got lost in individuality, not understanding there's still a need for a village. There's still a need for some sort of community. Nobody can do shit on their own. And we all have to stop looking down on motherfuckers that aren't in our position. And if anything, if they in the same industry as you, we need to start helping them. And not just for money, right? That shit don't matter. You make money, you lose money. That's how that shit go. It's gonna be another way to make some more tomorrow, but that shit ain't everything. In the hierarchical systems, people work to please their superiors rather than serve the collective mission. They don't look at the mission. They just look at, hey, am I getting a pat on the back? We look for validation. Let me say that. A lot of motherfuckers look for validation in the shit they do. They don't actually want to do it. They just want a pat on the back. Somebody to say, good job. And that comes from the hierarchies. We all in a hierarchical system. You're looking at whoever the highest up is, and you're saying, "Hey, am I doing good enough?" Hierarchical systems also foster competition for rank rather than collaboration for progress. Rather than working together, we trying to compete against each other to get the approval of the big guy. Like you already connected to the big guy. Why do you need his approval? Like, he's telling you, bro, go do it. Just make sure it ain't nothing stupid. And when I say the big guy, everybody know what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about a president. I'm not talking about a boss. I'm talking about that supreme source in every last one of us. Why is there a competition when we all share the earth? We all living. Living is the blessing. That's the gift. Living is the gift. Being alive is the gift. Yeah, we all competing for something we all got already, and that's life. Free will. You got the choice to do whatever you want to do, and there's consequences for every choice, but yet and still, you have the freedom to make your choices. And the last point before I get up out of here, in contrast to like skill-based systems, empower individuals to lead through competence, trust, and shared purpose. It's skill-based. What are you good at? It's not about what you can do. It's about figuring out, hey, this is what you good at. All right, bet. We need somebody who can do that. Make sure we don't hire nobody else unless we need to. And if we do hire somebody else, let's make sure they're as equally skilled as this person. And if they are good at what they can do, let's find some. Now you can find somebody who's interested in what that person does, and they can teach that person how to do it. That's where training comes in. Everything is based on a system, bro. We just got to get these systems in place. We got to stop. You got to read, you got to study, you got to learn, and then you got to apply. And once you apply, you'll start seeing changes in yourself that makes you feel like, well, I'm in a whole different space than I was 2 years ago. Mentally, because I started to actually think. I started to actually pay attention. And rather than panicking, I started to prepare. I started looking at patterns. Okay, when have I seen this before? Don't let me make a brash decision, but let me prepare just in case. I'm going to keep going. And the preparation is in self-sufficiency. Tell everybody, I don't ask people for shit because I don't really want nobody telling me that I own. I'd rather struggle and be self-sufficient than having somebody give me a handout and say, well, you owe me for that. But we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Just think about that, man. Like today, again, the village mindset. We cannot do this on our own. We have to come together. There's no way that we can sit here every day and just be against each other forever when we looking at every other race come together. How long do we get the message that, hey, we're not our own enemy, gang? You don't have an enemy outside yourself because you sit here and hold on to what happened in the past rather than accepting and embracing what's going on right now. We can't do this alone. So everybody has to come together and figure out what you're good at and what you can build in the community. Get with like-minded people. Get with people that can help you. Get with people that can provide resources that you may need to do what you're good at. Find your tribe. And once you find your tribe, identify your tribe. And if you tuned in, welcome to my tribe. That's how I look at it. Like, we all gonna grow together, man. That's the purpose of doing this. We all gonna grow together. But again, this is King Ceaze, man. Y'all appreciate the people that did tune in. We gonna start doing this daily. Try and do it like 3 o'clock every day just to keep something going. But tomorrow let me see what we got in the notes. What we got in the notes for tomorrow? Tomorrow we discussing building over violence. Tomorrow we discuss building over violence. Why strategy and construction beat destruction. Exploring nonviolent pathways to revolution. And how building infrastructure creates power. So that's what we be talking about tomorrow. So make sure y'all tune in tomorrow, 3 o'clock. We be Monday through Friday now. We've been kind of on schedule, but we gonna get right back with it. And Monday through Friday, we be here, man. Ceaze the Day podcast. Appreciate y'all tuning in.